اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب زدني علما، رب زدني علما، رب زدني علما. يا فتاح يا عليم افتح لنا فتحا قريبا. آمين يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In today's lesson, inshallah ta'ala, we'll be learning about the makhraj of Ash-Shafataan. Ash-Shafataan, which means the two lips. We have 4 letters that come from this makhraj. Ash-Shafataan is one of the 5 main Makhaarij. We know that we have the 5 main Makhaarij, which is Al-Jawf, Al-Halq, Al-Lisan, and Ash-Shafataan is the 4th one, and then Al-Khyshoom. From Ash-Shafataan, since the letters are coming from the 2 lips, this is a Makhraj, Muhaqqaq, means the letters can be pinpointed. We know exactly from that particular specific place from where the letters are pronounced. So the 2 makharij are the letters for the letter waw, mim, ba, that's from one makharij of the lips, and then the fa. Since in the letter fa, both the lips are not used, but the inner part of the lower lip and the edges of upper incisors are used, therefore the makhraj is separate from the other 3. For the letter waw, we need to round and encircle our lips to pronounce it. Wow, the lips will contract. Wow, wa, wi, wu. For the letter mim and the ba, the 2 lips will be meeting together. Mim, ba. And as I said, for the fa, the lower edges of the upper incisors with the inner lower lip. Another thing to know is that the lips is considered to be the external gate for all other letters, since all the pronunciation of all other letters is through the passage of the lips. So the sound will pass through the lips. So therefore, this is called as the external gate for all other letters. Now let's look into the letters individually. We have the letter fa, and it's a thin letter. This is a letter that has a talqiq. We can see the mechanism for the letter fa. The tongue is relaxed and there is no elevation at the back of the tongue. The throat is not narrowed. The tongue is not curved from the middle. So these are the signs. This is the position of our organ that shows that the sound will come out straight away without it being retained in the mouth. So there is no heaviness. The sound will be light. So to pronounce the letter fa, again, rest your upper incisors at the lower inner lip and put some pressure to pronounce the letter fa, f, fa, fi, fu. You need to feel some air passing through the letter. When you're saying the letter fa, it should be accompanied with some air to it. The letter ba, again, this is from between the 2 lips. So how you can pronounce it is by closing and immediately opening the lips. So ba, bi, bu, ab, ab. So you're closing the lips and instantly disconnecting both the lips to pronounce it. The tongue should remain relaxed, since again this is a thin letter, it doesn't have any heaviness. So keep it light and bounce it when it has a sukoon on it. The letter waw, it's from encircling the lips again. It's a non-mad letter. We understand that we have the waw maddiya, which comes from al-jawf. This is a different waw. It has a different makhraj. This is the waw which can carry a haraka like wa, wi, and wu. This is not a mad letter. So we call it غير مادية. Al-waw غير مادية. Again, the tongue is raised slightly from the back because to pronounce the waw, wu, wu, wa, wi, wu. Naturally, the tongue will be raised slightly from the back, but since there is no narrowness of the throat and there is no curve in the middle of the tongue, therefore the sound will remain light. The waw, غير مادية, is a light letter. For the letter mim, it's again from the two lips. You need to close your lips and make a sound, mim. This letter mim is accompanied with the sifa, a characteristic of Ghunnah. We call it nasalization in English. It's kind of a humming sound that comes from the nose when you say the letter mim. It's an inherent part of the letter. Every mim and every noon has this characteristic, this sifa, of having this nasal sound with it when you pronounce it. So the nasalization, as you can see, these vibrating lines showing the passage in the nose, nasal passage. This is where the letter mim will be pronounced completely when you close your lips, accompanied with the ghunnah. The sound will come proper and correct. It's a thin letter again, mim, im, ma, mi, mu. When we have the mim with the shadda, this nasalization will be doubled. You need to keep the nasalization a little longer than we do it with the fatha, kasra, dhamma, or when we do it with the sukoon. Next makhraj is the makhraj of al-Khyshoom. Al-Khyshoom. Let's see the definition of al-Khyshoom. It is the nasal cavity stretching from the nostrils and the throat. Ghunnah is produced here and it has an approximate makhraj. So as you can see from here, this is the makhraj for the Khyshoom letters from here till here. So all this nasal cavity is used to make a nasal sound, a nasalization. Since the makhraj is quite long, therefore we call it as an approximate makhraj, since we cannot pinpoint at certain point that this is from where the sound is coming from. It's a long makhraj, it's vast makhraj. Ghunnah is pronounced from the nasal cavity. We call it nasalization or ghunnah of the letters noon and the mim. It's a permanent sifa for these two letters. Sifa means characteristics or attributes or quality of a letter. Ghunnah is present in all states for these two letters. However, the timings of the ghunnah may differ depending on its state. For example, we have the noon with the sukoon. We'll say an, with the fatha, kasra, and dhamma, we say na, ni, nu. Now we can hear the sound also comes from the nose when we pronounce it. However, the timing is different. With the sukoon, it's little longer than with the haraka. But when this letter contains a shadda, it's even longer. Normally we see it, read it from the books and hear it from the teachers. They say that you need to do 2 count ghunnah. Anna, anna, amma. Again, same thing with the mim as well. Amma, ma, mi, mu. It is important to learn the ghunnah and its makhraj, which is the Khyshoom, due to the reasons that this is one of the main sound in the Quranic recitation. Applying the ghunnah comes frequently in the Quran. Even though the ghunnah is not a letter, it's actually the sound It's a characteristic, a sifa of the letters noon and the mim, which have their own makhraj. The noon is from the tip of the tongue touching the upper internal gums, and the mim is from the lips. But their characteristic, their sifa, is in the the nasal cavity, which is Khyshoom. It is important sound, therefore this has been included in the chapter of the Makhaarij. There is no letter that comes from Khyshoom. Actually, it's the characteristics of these two letters, which is we are learning here now. For the reader, for the reciter, it is important that one needs to know how to make a ghunnah and what does it mean to apply a ghunnah, inshallah ta'ala. Here you can see the sound through these arrows. It's been indicated that how the sound runs from the nose. Now this is the makhraj for the noon. First you need to know, that's the first step. Touch the makhraj of the letter noon and then let the sound come from the nose. So since you're blocking the passage of the sound from the front, so the sound cannot come through from its normal passage, it will go back and will travel through the nose. And we have the mim as well. Closing the two lips will block the passage for the sound to come out. The sound will find it's been directed towards the nasal cavity, so it will travel up, go towards the nasal cavity and come out from the nasal opening. So these are the ghunnah for the letter noon and the mim, showing the makhraj through the image. Let's see the levels of ghunnah now. As we said, the timing for the ghunnah depends on the position of the noon and the mim within the word, whether the letter has a haraka or a sukoon or a shadda, or under the noon sakina and mim sakina rule, we have different levels of ghunnah. So the first level of ghunnah is noon mushaddada and the mim mushaddada, means the noon with the shadda on it and the mim with a shadda on it. This is a ghunnah wajib, means we must do a ghunnah, we must apply a ghunnah in our recitation when we're reading such words. Now the 2 counts ghunnah is counted in a way that the majority of the sound is coming from the nasal cavity. It says 90% of the sound is from the nasal cavity. Therefore, even though it's a 2 counts, but the amount of sound that comes from the nasal cavity is 90%. So this is first level of ghunnah. The second level is in the rule of idgham naqis, when the noon sakina or at-tanween is followed by the letters waw and the ya. We have idgham letters yarmalun. From those yarmalun, we have the letters waw and the ya. So noon sakina and tanween followed by the letters waw and the ya, there would be an idgham. This idgham is considered as idgham naqis. Now we have the second level of ghunnah. Again, it is 2 counts ghunnah, but let's see the amount of the sound that comes from the nasal passage. We have 70% of it. So maya, maya, ya'mal, miwa, miwa. You can see some sound does come from the mouth. It's not 100% from the nasal cavity. Some sound comes from the mouth, which is 30%, but the rest 70% is from the nose. Therefore, we will put it under the second level. The third level is the rule of ikhfa, ikhfa shafawi, and iqlab. These are the 3 rules under the noon sakin and tanween, where the amount of the sound that comes from the nose would be 50%. So 50% from the oral and 50% from the nasal. This will put the level of the ghunnah for these 3 rules under level 3. Noon with the sukoon and the mim with the sukoon. So noon sakina, mim sakina has the 4th level. It doesn't have any counting. We don't say 2 counts as we say for the other levels, because there is no extra Ghunnah to it. The Noon Sakina and the Mim Sakina has the characteristic or the sift of tawassut in between Shidda and Rukhawa. So that will fall under that. It doesn't have an extra Ghunnah, therefore we'll just put it under as a 4th level, but we do not give it any extra percentage regarding the amount of the sound that comes from the nasal passage. Then we have the letter Noon with a haraka and the Mim with a haraka. Na, ma. It can be ni, mi, or nu, mu. So mutaharik. Noon and the Mim mutaharika. That's under the level 5, 5th level. Again, has no extra Ghunnah. So 2 counts apply only to the first 3 levels, as approximately different amount of sound comes from the nose. With this, inshallah ta'ala, I'll end today's lesson. And if there's any question, you can always leave in the comment box, or you can contact us for further clarification or an explanation. I hope so this is clear. With this, our Makhaarij have been completed. In the new session, inshallah, we will start learning the Sifat, inshallah ta'ala. So for today, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.